A double bill of Alias kicks off in half an hour, including the episode at 9 o'clock starring Ricky Gervais. But before all that spying, let's see what happens when games attack.
The following broadcast is an alternative video game programme. Viewers should prepare themselves for games-related jokes, nonsense and general hijinks.
From the alternative world of video games today, Mockney gangsters a go in The Getaway, Mario and Sonic slug it out one more time, a full-colour expose on the making of Black and White, and we desperately try to justify our Glamour Girl Dance Championship. Hello there! I do love getting up into the mountains of Scotland. The rest of the world just seems so dry, warm and comfortable. Thank you for your letters. Got another one here. It's from Veronica Smythe in West Riding. It says, "Dear When Games Attack, do you have any thoughts on the next generation of consoles?" Well, I'm glad you asked, Veronica, because I do. 74 to be precise. Anyway, video games have always revelled in their anti-establishment status, but some of them have gone a few stops more than others on the naughty bus. So today we're going to look at the 5 most politically incorrect video games. At number 5 is that hymn to mindless violence, robbery and general ASBO-friendly behaviour, Grand Theft Auto. Now, despite it being a great game, I'm not a huge fan myself. You see, unlike most of the plastic gangsters that play it, I am actually pretty hard in real life. And there's nothing funny about taking a couple of caps in the ass, believe you me. I also have to confess I lie awake at night, haunted by the faces of the people I've mown down in my car. To you it's escapism, to me it's my life. Number 4 is the Japanese school-based adventure Be a Carrot, a school sim for girls and a perfect example of wish fulfillment. If your real school life is a nightmare of social rejection, academic failure and physical pain, this game gives you a chance to see what might happen if you were beautiful and had massive eyes. And where's the politically incorrect part of all that, you ask? Well, nothing really, except one of the ways you're required to prove you're the ultimate schoolgirl is you pull the teacher. Yes, pull the teacher. Pull the teacher. We'll be shocking and appalling you later in the show with more from our politically incorrect top 5. They say what happens on the mountain gets left on the mountain, and I'm very proud to say I have left something on the mountain today. But then I did have a very large breakfast. More secrets revealed then in today's Behind the Game. So who is the most powerful being of all time? George Bush? Rupert Murdoch? Yoda? No, it's God. All-seeing, all-powerful, and all you ever wanted to be in Peter Molyneux's much-applauded Black and White.
It is a game where you play the role of a god, ruling over all these little people, and you can rule over them by being wonderfully nice and kind and good, or being horribly evil and vicious.
What's this? Some trick? Some new miracle?
Black and White was the first game that I've really been involved with which had a story weaved into it, and that was quite hard to get that balance between the story side and what they call the simulation side. On the playability side of Black and White is trying to do something a little bit different, is that you as a god influence the world rather than control it absolutely directly.
Hey, I got a plan. Why don't we trash the house? I heartily object. That's just malicious.
I think that some of the special features of Black and White were the artificial intelligence. We really tried hard to make something that learnt from the way you played, and we really sort of tried to push the boundaries on that a bit. right at the end of the game, it was the very, very end of the game, we were trying to make the final GamesMaster disc. And someone had the idea of holding just a piece of paper up with "done" on the front of the piece of paper in front of a webcam. And within 10 minutes, hundreds of emails came in saying congratulations. There were people that had sat up through the whole of the last few weeks watching us finish the game. I think one of the success stories of Black and White has been that it allows you to play through a story or allows you to play around with the world and leaves that decision up to you.
We trawl through tabloids and men's lifestyle mags in search of the hottest ladies to stage our very own top totty dance-off. Marsh, Pinder, Pearson, Hicks and Downs. Held over the series, 5 gorgeous girls battle it out to see who has the moves to match their curves.
Welcome viewers to Mr. Diamond's little boudoir of love. I'm very excited today because we have the first ever UK Dance Championship officially licensed and sanctioned by me and a host of multinational companies behind the scenes. We're going to have 5 lovely ladies who are going to be competing in a league situation just so I can make gags about one of them being on top of the other. The first of my feminine friends is the lovely Katie Downs. Welcome, Katie.
Hi.
You are astonishingly beautiful.
Oh, don't say that, you make me blush.
Tell me, how did you get started?
Oh, it's a bit of a long story, but I might cut that short short for you.
Yeah?
I just entered the competition for the Daily Star.
And you've just done Juice Bigelow 2?
Yeah.
Tell us about your part in that.
A T-shirt girl, and it's a part where I'm in a window, and Rob Strider, who's the main character in the film, he tells me to wash the window, and he says oh, you've missed the spot up here, and as I'm reaching up, my boobs get really soaked, and I've got a T-shirt on, you can kind of see through it. I'm kind of like a dizzy person, I just act myself really.
I've lost the power of speech. Now, have you been doing any training for this dance challenge?
No, I have actually done it before with my little sister.
And have you stretched off? Have you been?
No. I'll probably pull a ligament or something.
Well, I will help you pull that ligament, but you can't watch that, unfortunately, because of broadcasting laws. Join us for Katie's challenge after the break. Before we go, there's just time to see what's made the 3 and 2 spots of our top 5 most politically incorrect games. In at number 3 is Hooligan. There's something profoundly unattractive about football hooligans, so it's no surprise this is a profoundly unattractive title. Unlike Grand Theft Auto, which underneath its tabloid-grabbing surface is a great game, Hooligan is entirely devoid of redeeming qualities. This tawdry point-and-click affair involves you managing your own little bunch of shallow gene-pooled thugs, an undertaking that might provide some ironic amusement were it not for the dreadful graphics, terrible acting and uninspired gameplay. Let's all refuse to be shocked. Number 2 is another blatant attempt by a games company to get the moral majority to provide them with free publicity. Postal 2 is an orgy of sociopathic death and destruction involving scenarios so gruesome and tasteless we can't even think about them, let alone show you. All this carnage has made Postal 2 probably the most adult-rated game ever, so it's ironic it's unlikely to appeal to anyone over 10. In fact, by far the most disturbing aspect of the game is the involvement of washed-up sitcom actor and professional little guy Gary Coleman. Coleman's involvement in this tawdry affair proves he has truly become Satan's imp. Find out who's in the top spot as the most politically incorrect game ever in part 2.
Ah, there you are, you two. I've been looking for you everywhere.
Gadgets, Gadgets, Gadgets starts January the 3rd on Bravo.
Want to see what it's like to fly? Get a wireless laptop with technology designed for mobile performance. Make sure it has Intel Centrino mobile technology built in.
I would rather go blind, boy, than to
Dooley's Vodka Toffee, not for the sweet and innocent.
Now, as long as I shine this torch in their eyes, they won't attack.
Somebody needs Energizer. For a battery that lasts a long time, every time. Energizer. Extra energy when you need it most.
The Mirror says Spider-Man 2 was one of the best games of 2004. GamesMaster calls it the best superhero game ever made. Spider-Man 2 the game.
You can tell a lot about a man by his style, his wristwatch, shoes, the company he keeps, the way he does business. The Samsung D500. Bluetooth technology, 60-minute video recording, 1.3 megapixel camera with flash. Samsung D500, the style of business.
Thank you, Mr. Gorbachev. And thank you, too, to the Spice Girls. And thanks to all the people and events over the last 20 years that have inspired really great questions. The Trivial Pursuit 20th Anniversary Edition. The last 20 years in a box.
Higher Energy, the new men's fragrance by Dior.
Bridges and rubber bands, metal poles and dancers. It's surprising what goes together. So when we say an electric shaver and foam, trust us, it works. Using Schörner Sensitive with foam is the fast, easy way to shave sensitive skin. If it's not better than your current shave, we'll give you your money back.
We know how frustrating it is to run out of credit when you need to make a call. That's why on Orange Pay As You Go, we'll give you a free call. All right then, 2 free calls when you run out of credit. It really is another reason to be Orange.
Guys, why do you always abduct the first person you find? You know, if you took your time, you could really impress the folks back home.
Premiership Diaries with Robbie Savage and Edu. All the action and reaction as it happens. Catch it all again Friday at 10:30, exclusive to Bravo.
Coming up in the alternative video game show, me getting a bit nuts in my local. Plumber v Hedgehog. And the most politically incorrect game ever. But first it's time to join commentator Stevie Morgan as the gorgeous Katie Downs prepares to get down in our Dance Stage Championship.
Thank you, Dominic, and as I like to call it, our D-Cup Dance Challenge is getting underway, and Katie already has got her hands full. But folks, it's very simple indeed. All she's got to do is make sure that her gorgeous feet are corresponding with the arrows as they come up on screen. It sounds very simple, I know, but it's a lot harder than it looks. We can have a look there. There's a few boos already, but the odd perfect and a couple of goods. And I can see a couple of goodies where I'm sat right now. Of course, Katie is a talented lady, and she's appeared in a couple of movies, and just recently she visited British troops stationed in Cyprus. I don't know how she got on, but I'm reliably informed that all of our servicemen stood to attention. But there she is now. She's got stamina, and that is important. The boos are still raining down on screen, but she is being rewarded with a couple of perfects, as you can see, and the occasional good one. But it's about fitness, it's about perseverance, and I think those are two things that this girl has got, as well as a couple of others. Almost! Hang in there, Katie. It's worth it in the end.
Oh my God! Please, Katie, lean on me if you have to. If you get yours. All right, just this will run for about 20 minutes or something, and then we'll carry on. How did you find that?
Oh, that was absolutely exhausting.
Yeah, you should try watching you.
I'm so hot.
Was it difficult? Was it easy? Was it hard? Was it?
It was so hard, especially not like really doing it before. I was just like, and it's hard to like move your feet and look and do everything at the same time. I was just like, oh.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where if you lose your kind of place in it, it kind of goes a bit mental. It's like kind of bees buzzing in your head. And
if you miss out of a step, it just like, you're like, oh God, quick, get the next one then, and then you're out of that one, and that's up at the bottom.
Well, I mean, score-wise, it's pretty good. 303,635. How'd you like them apples? That's not bad. That's all right.
It's all right. I think it could have done a bit better.
Well, of course, the advantage of coming first, which is certainly a rule I've used in my life, is that if we look at the leaderboard, we can see you're the first person, so you're top of the league.
Yeah.
So that's not so bad, is it?
For a short time.
So, OK, well, let's now show you how to do some of the more intricate moves. But for the viewers at home, remember, next time, me on the sofa with two men as we continue our football challenge. But don't worry, the dance challenge will continue apace pretty soon.
One says black, the other says white. One says left, the other says right. They never can agree. The Xbox plays 50-50. Time to cook their fuse to bed. As Queenie and
Hello and welcome to another head-to-head in which myself and the ladies take two games and we... Hang on, where are the ladies? What's up with you two today? You've gone on strike? Has it been ratified by the National Union of Puppets? What's Bob Crow going to say about that, huh? Anyway, you get paid more than I do. Go to your boxes. Today we settle an old score. Cuddly is going for Sonic the Hedgehog in Sonic Heroes, and Queenie is representing the little fat plumber in Mario Sunshine. Round one. Story.
Super Mario Sunshine abandons the standard Save the Princess scenario for a more serious-sounding storyline. When a Mario lookalike graffiti's Sunny Aldefino, Mario is arrested and sentenced to clean up the town. It's certainly different, but fans can appreciate the originality. Sonic Heroes, meanwhile, sticks to the tried-and-tested formula. Dr. Robotnik has created another ultimate weapon, and it's up to Sonic and friends to get to it as quickly as possible, picking up lots of rings on the way. But which is the best plot for you? In our survey of 100 gamers, 55% said Sonic Heroes had a better storyline. Sonic Heroes takes the first round, 2 rounds to go.
I know, Queenie, I'm in total agreement. I can't believe that Sonic was voted to have a better story than Mario. Never mind, 2 more rounds to go. Graphics.
The gaming industry was impressed by Mario's first foray into 3D, but Mario Sunshine raises the bar. The gushing water and splashing paint effects are simply stunning. Mario's world is fully realized. From the outlandish characters to the massively sized levels, Sonic Heroes is lush, crisp and colourful, and as speed has always been important to the Sonic brand, all the detail is delivered at an unrelenting fast frame rate. But which game wins in the looks department? 61% of those surveyed said Mario Sunshine had the better graphics. Mario Sunshine draws even with the second round. One more round to go.
Yes, Queenie pulls one back with Mario's graphics being far superior to Sonic's. Now, it's the deciding round 3. Gameplay.
Mario Sunshine would arguably be too similar to Mario 64 were it not for one ingenious device, the Flood. This water cannon gives Mario a new lease of life, transforming him from a run-and-jump platform character to an all-out action man who can shoot water jets and fly through the air. Sonic Heroes lets you choose from a team of Sonic characters. Since you can only get past certain sections by using a particular character's ability, making the right choice of character is crucial to your progress. But which title do you enjoy more? 69% of our survey thought Super Mario Sunshine had the better gameplay. Round 3 goes to Mario Sunshine. Super Mario Sunshine is today's winner at 2 rounds to 1.
And well, might Cuddly's crest look fallen, because Mario has defeated Little Hedgehog today, which means Queenie triumphs and Cuddly despairs. Cuddly, it's forfeit time, I'm afraid. Queenie, on you go. Give her a little hand. There you go. And so he says, I can see your house from here. Anyway, as you can see, old Cuddly here's forfeit's been well and truly paid. Until the next head-to-head. Frozen margarita? Time to reveal the #1 most politically incorrect game of all time. But first, a reminder of those shock horror contenders. At number 5, Grand Theft Auto with its flexible approach to gun and murder guidelines. Teacher Pulling puts Japanese title Pia Carrot at number 4. At number 3, Cro-Magnon Moronity in Hooligan. Postal desperately tries to offend everyone at number 2. But our #1 spot for the most politically incorrect game ever is Project Desert Storm 2 Back to Baghdad. Now, call me an old stick in the mud, but releasing this title when troops are actually still in Baghdad seems just a teeny bit insensitive. It's all very well having lots of death and destruction in a game when the environment is a manufactured one, but that same death and destruction does strike a rather raw note when something identical is taking place in real life. Mind you, Tony Blair will no doubt be fascinated by the events of Level 7, in which our boys track down those elusive chemical warheads and bravely decommission them. There comes a time in the life of every TV production when you run out of money. So that's why this week's feature comes not from sunny California or mystical Japan, but the festering corpse of smelly old Britannia. I'm always looking for the opportunity to show my legendary Cockney gangster geezer accent. So when I heard there was a sequel to The Getaway about to be released, I thought, Golden Betty, what a stroke of luck! I'll have some of that, so sit back and have a butcher's, you slags! Go, love a duck! My mission is to... All right, I'll leave the Cockney accent to the master, Dick Van Dyke. Anyway, I'm interviewing Sony developers of Getaway 2 Black Monday in a fake London pub. Sony like you to conduct interviews about Black Monday in their very own special faux pub. What they don't know is that throughout the rest of this feature, I'll be randomly smashing glasses against the side of my head. Very important, kids, don't do that at home. That's a fake glass, not a real one. Still pretty sore, though.
This needs to be like Clockwork, not Clockwork Bloody Orange.
Come on, shut up.
You listening?
Yes, sir.
So, Katie, the first obvious question is, tell us what the plot is.
The plot? So we're in London still, that's our main character, if you like. London's moved on 2 years, so is the gang underworld. Sergeant Ben Mitchell is back on the force, and he's fighting a brutal wave of crime that's sweeping across London, more ruthless than anything we've seen before. We get zoomed across London. Eddie O'Connor wakes up in a darkened cell being beaten. He's been on a bank job that's gone horribly wrong.
I really like sound because I thought, is he the kind of person that would just kind of...
No! You mean to do that? That could be it. And then he might do a bit of that as well. Eddie O'Connor only ally is a young girl called Sam, who's a delinquent and a computer hacker. Through different states of affairs, their 3 stories will converge to a conclusion in which you get the ultimate choice.
Is there a happy end?
There may be or there may not be.
First of all, how big is London this time in this sequel?
In terms of the boundaries of London, it's pretty much the same. We've added on a couple of bits around the edge, but what we've done this time round is built into London. We've put more detail into the interiors. This time round we've got levels on the London Underground where you have to go down and have gunfights on the Underground, which is far more interesting. We've also got the Thames in there for a bit as well, where you're actually on the Thames. There's a couple of levels where you're in the sewers, for instance, which is pretty grim. And also a lot of the time we're coming up above ground level as well. We've got a few levels where you're chasing people across rooftops, and because of some of the moves that the player can do, like jumping between the rooftops, that sort of opens out a whole playground of the sort of these fantastic Dickensian kind of vistas as you go out onto the rooftops, and it's pretty cool. It's very different.
I really like the sound of that. Oh my God! Even when I rewind it, the guy doesn't flinch. He's hard.
Have it! That's Bethnal Green style.
With all due respect, you don't look particularly gangster. So tell us some of the research that you did for Black Monday.
It's quite easy to access a certain London, East End London underworld, if you like, because those guys are all very happy to talk about their experiences. They've all written a book about it,
that's true.
and they've got nothing to hide. They've been inside.
So were you ever in a situation where you were sitting with some dodgy geezer and you feared for your own life? Did you ever ask the wrong question to them?
I have been in a situation, I won't tell you who, that I was in their local pub playing pool with them, with their cronies and what have you, and I actually won. And there was a very quiet moment. I think some expletives went on, a look, and then I knew never to mention that. That's why I'm not mentioning the name.
No, of course not.
Again.
So it looks like the Getaway Black Monday could be a seamless blend of cinema and interactivity, or as they say in the game, have some of that, you slag! Well, that's it for today's When Games Attack. I hope you at home have reached as high a peak as I have. Goodbye.
Sit tight for back-to-back Alias, starting right after this break. Just 30 minutes away from the game of a lifetime. Don't miss Ronaldo versus Zidane in the match against poverty, all live from 8 here on Bravo, right now, When Games Attack.
The following broadcast is an alternative video game programme. Viewers should prepare themselves for games-related jokes, nonsense and general hijinks.
In the alternative world of video games today, Caroline lady slaps the Japanese, Unreal Tournament slugs it out against Counter-Strike, the making of the original Doom, and the first Group B match of our football tournament. No, mate. No, I need more, a bigger woofer. Yeah, have you got a bigger woofer? Cheers. Hello there. Not even my day job as a fledgling rock and roll icon can prevent me getting your wonderful letters. Here's one I got the other day from Matthew Gold from Penzance. He says, "Dear When Games Attack, what in your opinion is the best game ever?" Well, Matthew, I'd have to say life itself. The levels are well thought out, there's a genuine sense of achievement at the end of each one of them, and unlike Tomb Raider, the ladies are real, although their breasts are smaller. Not all gaming moments have to be fun, enthralling or special. No, some of them can be so frustrating they want to make you chisel out your own teeth with despair. To help you, yes you, avoid that trap, today we present the top 5 most frustrating gaming moments. Thank you very much. At number 5 is Turok Dinosaur Hunter, a decent N64 first-person shooter, but with jumping controls worse than R2-D2's. Time and time again, what should have been a simple hop, skip and jump ended in oblivion. Imagine gamers' horror when they found they had to jump across a vast array of tiny pillars with the grace of a mountain goat. Getting across took so long, many gamers froze in their own tears. At number 4, it's chatting in Lifeline. Proper voice recognition finally arrived in games and made us want to scream. Supposedly, you just had to gently articulate into the microphone what you wanted Rio to do, and she'd do it. But in the real world, the voice recognition was so bad, Lifeline was self-torture of the larynx. Shoot the alien!
Turn right!
No! Don't run away, get in there! All right, make me a cup of tea.
Okay, I'll leave.
No! Shoot the alien! But there was something she got right away.
The bed, okay?
Result! We'll be back later on to tell you what's number 3 and 2 in our top 5 most frustrating gaming moments. One, two, 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 two. Sartre, Rousseau, Nietzsche, fish, sailing boats. You know, they say if you want to make it in the music biz, you've got to be prepared to sell your mother for rock and roll. Well, I did that once. I got Rick Astley's greatest hits. Some more secrets revealed now in today's Behind the Game. In 1993, a groundbreaking video game was released that single-handedly redefined a genre and spelt doom for its gun-wielding competitors.
You are a space marine in the far future, and you are dispatching the demons of hell back to where they came.
Whilst most other games on the market were 2D, Doom allowed the gamer to look through the eyes of their superhuman fighter in a 3D world, creating a feeling of total immersion.
What really became possible with Doom was as we got to the faster computers and the better graphics, we were able to bring up the level of realism. The addition of some lighting and shading on the graphics and the fully textured world instead of the limited texturing seemed to be an important threshold to the point where normal people could just look at the game and say, wow, this is really pretty cool.
Cool enough that you could bet your mother anybody who could even spell PC had a copy. Doom was so popular at release, it became the most installed software program ever.
But the thing that triggered the phenomenon of Doom was the distribution of the game through shareware, which is relatively new at that point. The fact that the game's quality was better than just about anything you'd pick up on the shelf and it was free, that was a giant part of it. There was just a lot of things happening at the right time that just exploded. Not just talking about the technologies in the game, but actually the game itself, the future versus hell type motif that we had, how dark the game was, the music in the game, the diminished lighting, I think, really lended a lot to the game's success.
As we were making the game, we were thinking this is the movies Aliens and Evil Dead put together. I mean, that's where, you know, we've got our chainsaws and we've got the whole kind of Space Marines aspect from it. And it obviously owes a whole lot to that. It's almost comical to look back now at what we were able to do with the limited technology there, talking about, you know, feel of movies and things, compared to what we're able to do today.
There were so many things that we did right on that game that it just, you know, became this classic.
We scoured the Premiership and the Championship in search of the best Pro Evolution players to stage the world's first virtual football competition. 8 pros have to compete through group rounds and knockout stages until one of them has earned the right to be crowned the When Games Attack Football Champion.
Group B B stars Anthony Gardner from Spurs, Martin Rowlands from QPR, Matt Taylor from Pompey, and West Ham's Stephen Bywater. It's the start of the group, so points are absent.
Okay, on to Group B in the When Games Attack Football Challenge. We have got Pompey's uber promising left-sided defender Matt Taylor against West Ham's keeper Stephen Bywater. Water. I think water makes it sound a bit more kind of continental. So first of all, Matt, let's start with you. Football is a funny old game.
Yep.
So they say, and I see you've illustrated that with your footwear there, which is nice. Oh, you're one of these kind of cute little pretty boy footballers, aren't you?
Yeah, you can't abuse
I tell you what, the birds of the sky
nice
must pick up. Every single girl watching this show fancies you now, already.
I don't think so.
And no, it's true. And the sad thing is their mums want me. Never mind. Okay, you're playing as Argentina. So are we going to see a nice kind of nippy, fast, continental, intricate passing game?
Probably not. You might see me running with the ball and probably fouling a lot.
That's obviously.
It won't be a classic, I can assure you.
Yes, okay, lots of cheating and diving from Matt then. And Stephen, you're playing as Brazil.
Right,
and a little South American cousins. First goalkeeper we've had actually in the tournament so far.
Quite probably the last after my performance.
Nothing really footwear bad I can comment on. You've actually, you've turned it all right.
Turned out better than that lad there, yeah.
Oh, a little bit of clothing needle on here for the first time. That's excellent. Okay, Argentina against Brazil. It's going to be a South American clash of cheating and flair. Join us after the break.
Before we go, let's catch up with numbers 3 and 2 in our top 5 most frustrating game moments. At 3, the Final Fantasy VII battle sounds. What's worse, the sound of entering a battle or the sound of winning a battle? Entering? Winning? If you think I'm being too harsh, then imagine hearing those sounds for 80 hours straight. Of course you can't, but we can try and help you understand. One can only conclude that Final Fantasy VII fans have either the patience of Job or the memory of a goldfish. At number 2, crap Jurassic Park shooter Trespasser. This game was meant to have an interesting feature, being able to control your character's arm and hands. Trouble was, it sucked. Apart from looking like an elephant's trunk with fingers, your arm and hands had a tendency to ignore what you told them to do. You felt as graceful and useful as a drunk searching for the front door keys, and it's no wonder most gamers just lay down and let their raptors munch them in their rubbish arms for lunch. Join us in part 2 for the most frustrating gaming moment ever.
The future of action is now on DVD. Will Smith defines excitement on the DVD with effects you'll never forget. iRobot on DVD now.
I've won the World Cup and the European Championship. I've lifted the FA Cup twice and won the Premiership twice. But I've not won everything. This Pro Evo 4, it's too tough. I just can't win. But I will.
Pro Evolution Soccer 4. Don't rest till you beat the best.
Hello? Boss? Yeah, I'm still very sick. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
My friend, is for you. Thank you so much.
Look outside and see the snowflakes falling down.
Christmas shopping?
Yes.
Check this out. Color screen mobiles from only $29.99 at the link.
Colour screen? Under £30? How do you know all this?
We're working undercover. The Link. Phones to suit every pocket this Christmas.
Welcome to the premiere of the DVD game MGM Screen Test. In Get Shorty, what does Ray take from the restaurant? His leather jacket.
Play MGM Screen Test with double the content of other movie trivia games.
The stresses and strains of modern life. Soothe them away with the Babyliss Shiatsu Bath Spa. Its soft pads and water jet massage your back, your feet, or create a soothing whirlpool effect. The Babyliss Shiatsu Bath Spa, the luxury of a massage in your own bath.
Thank you. All my working life, I've campaigned for people to have access to justice. If you've been injured and someone else is to blame, the law says you are entitled to compensation. That's why I want you to know about Accident Advice Helpline. They offer free expert advice, and if they agree you have a good case, their lawyers will fight it for you on a strictly no-win, no-fee basis. Sue, you fell over on a very uneven pavement, wrecked your ankle. You had to have an operation, is that right?
Yes, right.
It must have been very painful.
It was very painful, and to this day it's very painful.
But you won your case?
Yes, I did.
If you've been injured through no fault of your own, call Accident Advice Helpline now on 0800 437 0800. The compensation you deserve could be just a phone call away.
Hi, I'm from elephant.co.uk, and today I'm talking to drivers about their car insurance. Hang on, this is my ad. With elephant.co.uk, you can get a car insurance quote in minutes. And because elephant.co.uk is direct on the net, we can save you money too.
Well,
sorry, we're out of time. So there you go. Elephant.co.uk really could save you time and money on your car insurance. It's easy, it's fast. It's elephant.co.uk.
Now you can put some care into the inside. New Esso Energy Supreme. The petrol that helps care for your engine.
Tonight in Madrid, there's a party going on, and some of the world's best footballers are at the Santiago Bernabeu at the invitation of Ronaldo and Zinedine Zidane. Players like David Beckham, Roberto Carlos, Christian Vieri, Edgar Davids, Luis Figo, and just for a change, Michael Schumacher, who presumably takes corners well. They're all here anyway for the match against poverty to raise money and awareness for the United Nations Development Programme. It's all thus in an extremely good cause, and the whole extravaganza is coming up live in 15 minutes' time, right here on Bravo.
Coming up in the alternative video game show, Caroline fights for credibility, Unreal Tournament fights Counter-Strike, and the most frustrating gaming moment ever. But first, it's time to join Stevie Morgan in the commentary box for the Football Challenge.
Thanks, Dominic. It's Matt Taylor's Argentina versus Stephen Bywater's Brazil. And the two players there were giving each other a bit of needle before the break about footwear. I myself prefer to commentate barefoot. Actually, I'm completely naked as we speak, but it's Ronaldo who squares the ball for Ronaldinho. Oh, and he can't score. Stephen Bywater distraught at that awful effort. But now it is Argentina on the attack, pushing through, but shooting straight at the keeper. You got to do better than that. A lot better. Again, Argentina in possession, working their way through that defence, and it's Crespo! Oh, it's 1-0! Hernan Crespo! And just look at Matt Taylor there, he's overcome! And again, Argentina!
Immense power.
Immense power indeed, but Brazil are still under attack, and Bywater cannot score. And at half-time, it's 1-0 to Argentina. And the way things are going, Stephen Bywater could be on the receiving end of the roasting, which I'm sure he wouldn't enjoy. But maybe he would. Seems like a nice boy. Anyway, let's get back to the football, because Brazil are now working their way down that right flank, but the cross goes nowhere. And again, he floats one in, but still Bywater cannot score, but he's got an open goal! Surely! Oh, my word! What is this guy doing? You can tell he's a goalie.
Seriously.
You thought he was an amateur.
Matt Taylor rubbing it in there because he knows with that sound,
come on.
it's full time and his Argentina have beaten Brazil 1-0. And Bywater unable to sink the Argies.
Well, Matt Taylor, good to get a win in your first game, but you made hard work of that.
I did, yeah. I told you I'm not very good, didn't I?
Oh, I
It
did.
was nice to get a win. And
You were knocking it around nicely, though. Your keeper was a bit mental.
yeah, no, I think you've been watching you, Steve, or what? I don't know. But no, no, it was good to get a win.
Now, Stephen Bywater, now you started off.
I was on fire.
Looking like a seasoned Pro Evolution veteran there. A lovely move. The two Ronnies up front, Ronaldo crossed it for Goofy, and then.
I think I was just button bashing, to be honest with you. At the start, I was button bashing, to find out the keys.
Oh, button.
Button bashing, you know, just.
Button. Sorry, that was a one sort of word beginning with B. This is the first game in the group. You've got two more. Are you confident you can go on and do better things with the remaining games?
Play like that, I've got aim with a chance, I reckon. Aim with a chance.
Okay, just in case you're completely idiotic, the table currently stands with Matt Taylor after one game. He's in the lead with 3 points. Stephen Bywater on the bottom with 0. Okay, we're going to have the second game in Group B next time you join us.
One says black, the other says white. One says left, the other says right. They never can agree. Being Xbox plays interviews deeply. Time to cook their fuse to bed as Queenie and Cutty go head-to-head.
Greetings, loyal subjects, and welcome to Head to Head. Today, we're... I'm sorry, what do you want? Oh, you've written me a poem? Oh, that's really sweet. Oh, let's see. Dominik Diamond, pudding and pie, kissed the girls and made them cry. When the boys came out to play, he kissed them too because he was... I'm not going to read the rest of that. And anyway, so what if I am? That's got you thinking, hasn't it? Go get your boxes. This week, Cuddly's championing Unreal Tournament 2004, while up against their Queenie has plumped for Counter-Strike. Round 1. Lifespan.
Counter-Strike's long lifespan is down to its brilliant maps. The levels are varied enough to keep play exciting, offering hiding places and open areas to satisfy both campers and experts. Unreal Tournament racks up the play hours thanks to its various game options, as well as Assault and Capture the Flag, modes like Onslaught, in which each team battles to capture the other's strategic nodes, keep fans entertained. But which game has the longer lifespan? .65% of the 100 gamers we surveyed said Unreal Tournament had the more lasting appeal. Round 1 goes to Unreal Tournament. 2 rounds to go.
Okay, 1 round down. Cuddly's in the lead. On to round 2. Graphics.
Counter-Strike fans believe their choice of FPS is a graphics winner. The textures are pin-sharp, the character motion clean and realistic, while the real-world environments are convincingly portrayed. Unreal Tournament doesn't disappoint in the looks department either. Fantastic lighting effects adorn every weapon blast. Player movement is always smooth, and due to their sheer size, the environments deliver an amazing sense of scale. But which game is the better eye candy? .70% of the gamers we surveyed said Unreal Tournament's graphics were superior. Round 2 goes to Unreal Tournament. 1 more round to go.
I know, Queenie. I think Counter-Strike is a fantastic game, but the votes have gone right against you, and it's an unassailable 2-0 lead to Unreal Tournament 2004 and Cuddly. Is it going to be a clean sweep? Let's find out. Round 3. Gameplay.
What puts Counter-Strike at the top of the FPS pile is its varied playstyle. Excellent weapons, such as the Clarion 556, bring all-out action, whilst the counter-terrorist Riot Shield gives an interesting tactical angle to the proceedings. Apart from the outlandish weaponry, one feature of Unreal Tournament 2004 has guaranteed its popularity with fans: the vehicles. Forcing a tank through a city barrier and flying starfighters through exhaust vents gives a welcome boost of adrenaline to the old-school FPS format. But which game do you think provides the more satisfying experience? 56% of those surveyed said Unreal Tournament 2004 had the better gameplay. The final round goes to Unreal Tournament. Unreal Tournament is our overall winner, 3 rounds to 0.
Wowzar! Counter-Strike roundly demolished by Unreal Tournament 2004. That means that Cuddly is a triumphant winner this week, and because it's a clean sweep, that means it's an extra specially horrible forfeit for Queenie. Cuddly, hit it! Now, you may think listening to a Walkman is not a terribly bad forfeit, but wait till you see what we've got in the machine. Join us next time for another head-to-head. It's now time to reveal the #1 most frustrating gaming moment. But first, a recap of the other sordid bunch. At number 5, it's Jumping Nightmares in Turok Dinosaur Hunter. At 4, Talking Pish in Lifeline. At number 3, the unending torture of the repetitive Final Fantasy sounds. At number 2, manky-looking weird arms in Trespasser. But the #1 most frustrating gaming moment is the doors of Resident Evil. There are a few seconds for every gamer when they want to end it all. That'll be the few seconds between changing rooms in Resident Evil. The painfully slow animation happens so often that our producer actually revealed he used to close his eyes and block his ears, convinced such endless repetition would etch itself into his brain and cause permanent damage. In my darkest nightmares, I come to a door, which looks familiar. I open it to reveal another door. I panic. I open it, and there's another. And another door, another door, another door, door after door after door after...
Some deodorant as well upstairs, mate, when you get a chance. Thanks. A simple misunderstanding involving a goat, a can of WD-40 and a photograph of the Emperor Hirohito means Japan's borders are now close to me. Thankfully, they're still open for the lovely caroling flag.
Back in the good old days when you wanted to fight someone Japanese style, you used to do it with a back chop like this. But nowadays it's more likely to be somewhere like this, an arcade, because in Japan, the beat-em-up games are still very much alive.
Without doubt, the daddy of 3D fighting games is Virtua Fighter. When it arrived in 1993, its range of camera angles and moves made it an instant classic. 13 years later, and the series is still going strong. Nicknamed the thinking man's beat 'em up, it's a game of legendary depth.
Now, I fancy a bit of all this myself. Trouble is, though, I'm lacking in a wide chrome zone, and it means I didn't spend my entire youth locked up in my bedroom playing beat-em-ups. Game after game, hour after hour, year after year, like a boy. So, I'm going to go and get some tips from someone who did.
Chibita was my Virtua Fighter trainer, a player of 10 years and the winner of the last 2 Tokyo Championships.
Well, it's bloody noisy in here, but to start off with, me and Chibita, we're going to have a bit of a trial match. I've had no training, we're going to see how long I can last. We're going to try next.
Deciding that bigger was better, I went for the character of Jeffrey.
I survived 27 seconds, 92, but I think I can do better than that.
27 seconds might be quick, but he's had a fair amount of practice.
I've been playing for 10 years. I have all the books and I do all my homework. I practice and I practice. I kick ass.
What's the coward's way of trying to win, like the quick route in, sort of the equivalent to scratching someone's eyes out, maybe pulling their hair?
If you keep pushing the defense button, no matter what the other person does, he can't hurt you.
Sticking with my character Jeffrey and with Chibita by my side, I tried turning his expert advice into my own butt-kicking style. I went to see how the experts did it at this year's Tokyo Championship. Even I lasted longer than this guy. I was beginning to fancy my chances. With that in mind, I entered my name for the competition. It was around this time that they kicked me out. Unknown to Sega, however, I contacted the competition winner the following day to arrange a private showdown. Now it was up to me to train as hard as I could. I was determined to, if not beat him, then at least to beat my record. I played on and on. And on. While the production crew relaxed, I played on. My nemesis was Heru, Tokyo's newly crowned Virtua Fighter champion. More intimidating was his choice of character, Leaf Yu, who is only used by Virtua Fighter masters. Now was the time to see how far my training had got me. Round one, he came at me pretty hard. I was taking a lot of pain. Ouch. Round two, things weren't getting much better. If I could just get a move in. Round three, I was still alive, but only just.
How long did I last? 53 seconds? He absolutely annihilated me, but I lasted longer than last time, which means all my practices, all those nights, paid off. Watch out, Tokyo, I'm coming back next year.
Well, that's it for another show. I've sorted out that woofer problem from earlier. Now I've just got to go up to the dressing room and get a groupie to fiddle with my tweeters. Until next time, thank you, Glasgow.
Sydney Bristow heads off to Athens posing as a diamond smuggler seeking the aid of a criminal expert in Alias in half an hour. First, here's another diamond in When Games Attack.
Prepare themselves for games-related jokes, nonsense and general hijinks.
On today's show, I dogfight for real in a coffin-sized plane. Metal Gear Solid faces up to Splinter Cell. We take a look back at the making of Earthworm Jim, and we kick off the world's first professional virtual football tournament.
Hey viewers, welcome to my brand new show. Today I'm helping out my mate at his fruit and veg stall. I'm selling double entendres by the pair. Now this is your show as well, although technically I'm the only one that gets paid, so I'd like you to write me letters. Here's one that we've made up. Dear When Games Attack, how do I finish the train level on Splinter Cell Pandora tomorrow on the Xbox? From Ahmed Harazi. Well Ahmed, we've actually started the When Games Attack Tips hotline. Yes, it costs £400 a minute. We've got a lovely little automated menu system that will get you to the tip you want in under an hour. And remember, don't get permission from whoever pays the bill. They're probably too busy. You know, the Japanese don't always produce games full of flawless perfection. Sometimes they're so barmy and quite literally rubbish, it's a blessing they're 6,000 miles away. So let's salute the little fellas today with our top 5 worst games that should never have ever left Japan.
number 5, it's K2, Let's Go Hawaii. If the bad guys in this game are insect-hating sadists, then you can figure out who the good guys are. Yes, from the country that brought you economic instability and intelligent toilets, it's a mosquito-playing game thingamajig. Your job is to fly around and suck blood from different mosquito-hating families. But careful where you bite them though, because if you nibble in the wrong place, they'll wake up and challenge you to a fight. This game may be original, but it doesn't stop it being barking. At number 4, it's Love Smash 5. The sight of female tennis players fighting with rackets should tell you all you need to know. If this is the Japanese take on women's tennis, they should stay well away. Love Smash 5 strips women of their regulation tennis uniform and forces them to play in clothes woven in a pervert's dream. The ladies themselves have obviously been missing their lessons. They're rubbish. They either spend their time being hit with flying balls or falling over like a bunch of girls. Later in the show, we'll reveal who's in the number 3 and 2 berths in our top 5 games that should never leave Japan.
Hey, don't film my nuts. You know, running a fruit and veg stall is a marvellous profession. You've got the early starts, the cold, wet mornings, the rude customers, and the prospect of a supermarket coming along and destroying your whole lifestyle. It really is marvellous. Let's find out about some other people's chosen careers in today's Behind the Game.
There's a lover in my life. He sends me gifts and flowers.
My name's David Perry. I'm the president of Shiny Entertainment based in Newport Beach, California. At the time we were listening to REM on the radio playing Shiny Happy People, and so we just thought we'll call it Shiny. The first game we made was Earthworm Jim. Earthworm Jim was about a character that was this worm who was a regular worm, and out in space we have this intergalactic battle fighting over this incredible suit, which the person who has this suit controls the universe kind of thing.
Whoa! This love in my life.
One thing that I think made Earthworm Jim work was there was no rules, but we could basically do anything we wanted, and we realized it's fun to beat up the character that you're playing. I'm not sure if Nintendo, when they first looked at our game, they probably thought, what are these guys on? Like, what are they doing? I mean, this thing's crazy. But the fact is, it definitely seemed to strike a chord with gamers who were used to playing games that weren't funny. Earthworm Jim won lots and lots of awards. It won Game of the Year. And as a result, we ended up getting lots of other deals which we hadn't expected. So instead of taking somebody else's property and putting it into a video game, we took our video game and licensed it out to other people. That was a pretty new thing for a developer to be doing at that time. The thing that really was most exciting looking back at Earthworm Jim was that I was the lead programmer of the very first Earthworm Jim game. I sold Shiny to a company called Interplay. That was a mistake because ultimately I lost control of Earthworm Jim when I did that. So for me, it was a kind of a sad thing because I went into management, and the world of management is horrible compared to programming, because when you're a programmer, you have, you know, people that appreciate what you're doing. When you're in management, everyone hates you, right? So I went to the dark side of the force and I stopped programming, and you know, I look back very fondly on those days. It was fun to actually feel like you're achieving something.
We scoured the Premiership and the Championship in search of the best Pro Evolution players to stage the world's first virtual football competition. 8 pros have to compete through group rounds and knockout stages until one of them has earned the right to be crowned the When Games Attack Football Champion.
In Group A, we've got Alexis Nicolas and Darren Curry from Brighton, ex-England pro Lee Sharp and Watford Scott Fitzgerald. Unsurprisingly, at this stage, everyone's bereft of points.
Hi-ho folks, it's match 1 in our ginormous football challenge. We've got Lee Sharp against Scott Fitzgerald. I'm going to kick off with Lee. First of all, Sharpie, welcome.
Thank you very much.
The legend that is Sharpie. Let's talk about the Sharpie Shuffle. First of all, one of the greatest goal celebrations ever. How did you come up with that? Did you like think, right, I'm gonna get the corner flag, I'm gonna deliberately do a mic thing? I didn't just come to you.
No, it's all sort of off the cuff. I think I'd done it 10-pin bowling or something the week before, so it seemed like a good opportunity to do it again.
You are playing as England, so presumably you'll tear off into a 2-0 lead and then blow it all in the second half.
Well, hopefully not. Hopefully not. But I know the Italians are a bit defensive, so we're going to have to break them down.
Yeah. Some good players on here. Wayne Rooney, just about the best player in Pro Evolution 4. I guess you'll be wanting to get the ball to him a lot.
Oh, definitely. We'll have to feed the Rooney man and see what he can do for us.
You're playing against Scott Fitzgerald. Scott, a bit of a fairy tale for you, of course, because you came rather late to football, didn't you? Tell us your story.
I did, yeah. I was playing non-league and managed at the age of 23 to get into the pro game and made my mark last season at Watford, so just continuing on with it now.
Okay, well, so it's Italy against England. It's going to be a full kind of fixture. Join us after the break to see the denouement, especially if you're French.
Before that, though, there's just time to catch up with numbers 3 and 2 in our top 5 games that should never leave Japan. At number 3, it's the Dane Bijin. We're not going to judge this game, we'll let the facts speak for themselves. An alien gremlin/crab looky-likey descends from space and bites an innocent bikini-clad girl on the beach. She falls into a deep sleep and wakes up the next day to find, naturally, she's grown into a 300-foot-tall uber babe. As a member of Japan's Special Forces, it's up to you to destroy her by piloting a helicopter and distracting her with loud dance music and a delicious giant cake. We said we wouldn't judge this game. We lied. It's obscene. At number 2, it's Mobile Suit Gundam AUG versus Titans. We've put this in for a couple of reasons. Firstly, for its ludicrously long-winded title, and secondly, because, well, quite frankly, we're sick of this whole giant transforming robot genre, which seems to be ludicrously popular in Japan for reasons unknown to us. The problem is the robots are just dull, and we'd rather watch a bunch of old men fighting outside a pub, which I'm going to do right now. Join us in part 2 to discover the number 1 game that should never leave Japan.
If you think the life of a Premiership footballer consists of endless parties, endless shopping trips, and flash sports cars, then you're in for a big surprise. To see what happens when the final whistle blows and to get the truth behind the rumours you read it in the papers, watch Premiership Diaries only on Bravo.
Premiership Diaries with Robbie Savage and Edu. Tonight at 10:30, exclusive to Bravo.
Do I have to read again?
My friend is for you. Thank you.
Look outside and see the snowflakes falling down.
Merry Christmas, Mom. It's Christmas time.
Ta-da!
I'll get a ladder.
Save up to half price on trees, lights, decorations and cards at Woolworths.
Call me Fruity, please.
Sorry?
Call me Fruity. Call me Cutie. Call off Snooty. Call off Booty.
Call of Duty, finest hour.
Yes, that's it, yes.
Come to GameStation, because we understand mums. Until 5 p.m. Sunday 19th of December, you can save £10 on our Steal of the Week, Call of Duty, finest hour.
Do you want it on PS2?
No, he's got an egg box.
For those who fought for freedom, it was their finest hour. Call of Duty, finest hour.
Get this Christmas's must-have Prizzy, a 3-pay gift box. With free music videos, calls and games. And free video calls. And free video messages too! Humbug. 3. Welcome to our network.
This is Titanium.
one of the hardest metals known to man. The new Remington Titanium series is the world's only shaver with titanium-coated blades for a shave that's close and comfortable. The Remington Titanium Collection. It could just make all other shavers obsolete.
Bridges and rubber bands, metal poles and dancers. It's surprising what goes together. So when we say an electric shaver and foam, trust us, it works. Using Schörner Sensitive with foam is the fast, easy way to shave sensitive skin. If it's not better than your current shave, we'll give you your money back.
Thank you. All my working life, I've campaigned for people to have access to justice. If you've been injured and someone else is to blame, the law says you're entitled to compensation. That's why I want you to know about Accident Advice Helpline. They offer free expert advice, and if they agree you have a good case, their lawyers will fight it for you on a strictly no-win, no-fee basis. Cornelius, what happened to you is any driver's nightmare. Car crashes into you, you're stationary at red lights.
I'm lucky to be alive.
How do you get compensation?
Accident Advice Helpline came to my aid soon after the accident.
If you've been injured through no fault of your own, call Accident Advice Helpline now on 0800 437 0800. The compensation you deserve could be just a phone call away.
This is Cream Classics Volume 2. Get it now.
In a room where 6 people are bound by a love of movie trivia. It's Seen It, the DVD movie game with over 1,000 questions, tons of movie clips, and one guy they call the DVD Master. Seen It. It's movie trivia gone high-tech. Have you seen it?
On Bravo, we believe that comedy is no laughing matter. So join us for Comedy on Bravo. Starts December 27th from 2.
Coming up in the alternative video game show part 2, me scared in a plane, the worst Japanese game ever, and Splinter Cell taking on Metal Gear Solid. But first, it's time to join Stevie Morgan in the commentary box for our football challenge, Lee Sharp's England versus Scott Fitzgerald's Italy.
Cheers, Dominic, and it's England who get us underway, playing in the traditional red, white and blue. Now, as commentator, it's my role to be completely impartial. But that's going out the window today. Come on, England! Stop the eye ties! They're on the attack at the moment. Who's going near him? No one! Oh, and my word, David James forced to make a save. Yes, folks, you heard me right. David James made a save. But now England on the attack, and it's the Italian defence that have stopped them. And Lee Sharp knows that the expectations of a nation rest upon his shoulders. But at half-time, it's 0-0. Look at them both getting poised, getting ready and focused for the second half. And of course, given Italy's war record, if England were to take the lead, then we could probably expect most of the Italian side to change teams. So we could end up with an England side consisting of 22 players. Oh, that was an outrageous tackle on Beckham. And Lee Sharp knows that this is a golden opportunity, and Rooney skies it. Oh, Lord. There's still everything to play for. But it's Italy now, running down that left flank. Who's going near him? No one. Don't be frightened of him, for goodness sake. He's like a hot knife through butter. But James, I don't believe it. They said it was a controversial decision to put David James in goal, but he's earned it. Now what can Rooney do? Nothing. Sharpie, get your act together. But once again, it's the Italians forcing their way through that England defence, and David James didn't have to move a muscle. Lovely stuff. But again, another Italian attack. And the England players have all of a sudden turned ball shy. You heard me, ball shy. But that is no way to clear a ball. That's better. Textbook football. And that's the final whistle. And it ends with Lee Sharp's England 0, Scott Fitzgerald's Italy 0.
Well, as 0-0 draws go, that was a pretty good 0-0. Lee had a great chance with Rooney.
Yeah, it was a shame he just didn't pull the trigger a bit earlier, really.
Yeah.
I thought he had a good chance, but yeah, not a bad performance first game.
Now, Scott, I think even Lee would agree that probably Italy had their better share of the chances. Zanetti threw twice, 2 massive runs from deep in his own half. Why didn't you pass when you were in the box?
Well, he just saw a few gaps there, you know, and he carried on running through, and unfortunately just lost his bit of composure. As I say, he should have given it to a striker, really, who might have been able to finish them chances.
Having had your first game, though, do either of you feel you could go all the way in this tournament?
Well, we're going to look to improve, but it's a steady start and a good foundation, so we'll see where we go.
Yeah. And how do you fancy your chances, having had your first game under the belt?
Yeah, it's early days, but you never know.
It's early days. Why doesn't anyone say it's late days? And if we look at the table, Lee is the top by dint of alphabetical order, both of them on 1 point, no goals scored yet. It says Lee, then Scott. If it had been Scott, Lee, and with Lisa first of all, we'd have steps. That would have been really surreal. OK, match 2 follows in the next show.
If one says black, the other says white. If one says left, the other says right. They never can agree. Being Xbox plays into time to cook their fuse to bed as Queenie and Puppy go head to head.
Howdy viewers, and welcome once more to Head to Head, where we take 2 games from the same genre and compare them in... I'm sorry. Excuse me, ladies. What are you yakking about? You found something under my bed? Oh, and you brought it here. Well, let's have a look then. Oh, I don't think we need to see that now, do you? But I will have you know, I only bought it for the articles. Go to your boxes. This week, it's a pointlessly long-worded game special. Cuddly is opting for Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow, and Queenie's weighing in with Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. Round 1. Graphics.
Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty offers realistic character animation with action-style body movements and detailed facial expressions. It's clear the designers wanted to make this sequel look as real as possible. The key to Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow's impressive graphics are its lighting effects. Sam Fisher's stealthy goings-on through the light and shade create an effective atmosphere of mood and intrigue. But which one is the best? "63% of the 100 gamers we surveyed said Metal Gear Solid had better graphics than Splinter Cell. Round 1 to Metal Gear. 2 rounds to go.
So, the dim-lit grey and green tones of Metal Gear Solid just pipping the dim-lit grey and green tones of Splinter Cell, which means Queenie takes round 1. Round 2. Story.
Sons of Liberty tells an ambitious and complicated story about secret organizations, governments, soldiers and terrorists double-crossing each other in an attempt to control all human knowledge. Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow has the kind of high-concept plot usually reserved for Hollywood blockbusters. It's your job to take out a terrorist who has to make a phone call each day to someone somewhere, or else a biological plague will be released across the globe. But which is the most gripping scenario? 76% of you said that Pandora Tomorrow had the better story. Pandora Tomorrow takes round 2. 1 more round to go.
Unsurprisingly, after round 2, Cuddly draws level based on the grounds that nobody alive understands the plot of any Metal Gear Solid game. So, the final deciding round 3. Gameplay.
The hide-and-seek gameplay defined in Metal Gear Solid 1 is largely unchanged in the sequel. But there are some improvements. Now you can sneak past enemies by swinging beneath them and use a first-person mode for greater accuracy in firefights. If anything, Pandora Tomorrow involves even more lurking and sneaking than Metal Gear. Patience is absolutely essential, as the gameplay mercilessly punishes the reckless or impulsive. But which game plays the best for you? 67% of our survey said Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow had the better gameplay. Round 3 goes to Splinter Cell, making Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow today's winner at 2 rounds to 1.
Congratulations, Cuddly, coming from behind to win today's head-to-head 2-1. But where's Queenie the loser today? Oh, there she is. That'll be the forfeit. Cuddly, do you want to do the honours? Go on, you've earned it. See you next time for another head-to-head. Time now to reveal the #1 game that should never leave Japan. First, let's look back at the other contenders. At number 5, it's Ka2, Let's Go Hawaii. Why, oh why? At number 4, Women's Tennis Gone Bad, Love Smash 5. At number 3, 50-Foot Pish in the Dane Bijin. And at number 2, Metal Morons in Mobile Suit Z, blah 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 blah. But the #1 game that should never leave Japan is Yoshinoya. Only the Japanese would package what in reality must be soul-destroying work into a game full of excitement and action. You are a lowly restaurant worker who must serve Yoshinoya, some kind of noodle stuff, to a relentless stream of hungry customers by pushing the required button at the required time. If you're too slow, the customers fly into a fit so furious their heads swell up and you'll incur the blinding wrath of your boss. Yoshinoya takes the noodle as the most bizarre, questionable Japanese game we can definitely do without. Now, we import some fruit from America. We get oranges from Florida, plums from New England, and idiots from Texas. Time now to pop over to America to feature fruits of a slightly different kind in today's feature. In video games, there's a lot of simulation of running around, driving around, flying around, shooting. But what's it like for real? Well, today, we're going to put a small orphan in one of these and find out. Unfortunately, that small orphan is me. Air Combat in California specialises in a unique kind of aerial paintball. The tiny stunt planes are dual control, so the instructor does the takeoff and landing, but other than that, they never touch the controls. Great, if you're feeling suicidal. Feeling good? Not so scared now. I adopted the flight tag Juvenile for the fight, and my opponent was my producer, who was looking even less frightening than usual. I no longer feel like making a call time now. Yeah, let's meet 8 tomorrow morning. No, I don't think so.
What we're doing today is combat. It's the real deal. It's as real as it gets. Life and death stuff. Literally, from the time the fight starts to the time the kill happens, 20 seconds, jumping out of the airplane. The official call would be bail out, eject, or if you happen to notice that the instructor is already gone.
I am absolutely terrified. I don't think I've ever been so scared of anything in my life, to be honest. Added to the fact that obviously Dooley, who I'm flying with, is obviously crazy. But it looks perfectly normal.
Get ready to fly, ready to kick some butt.
Yeah, ready to kick some.
Let's go.
Some butt. Okay.
5 against Dooley and Juvenile.
Combat involved a best-of-3 dogfight with hits indicated by smoke canisters firing from the target plane. Now remember, I'm the only one touching the controls here. The basic strategy is pick up speed and try and get behind your opponent, but doing this requires a series of gut-wrenching maneuvers.
Now just watch him. Now bring your nose up and bite on. Oh! Now look at him. Watch his airplane. It's real important. Oh, you got to turn toward him. Okay, buddy. Now I want you to bring your stick back toward you. Keep your eye on him. Where'd he go? Oh, there. Now back to the left.
I quickly discovered that moving the plane's joystick had an altogether more dramatic effect than the one attached to my PC.
Only look at him.
True to form, while I was getting settled, my shifty producer came at me from behind.
I think he's about to kill us. Oh yeah, I hate to tell you, ladies.
First blood to the boss.
Next time we're going to be a little more aggressive, see if we get ourselves a kill here, okay, bud? We're going to come in with the nose down, a little bit of speed, nose down. We're going to bring the nose up and bang toward you. There we go. Keep turning left. We'll let our nose back down. Now, get some speed. Bring your nose up and kill him right now. Kill him. Nose on him. Gun sight. Tracking. Guns, guns. Whoops, guns, guns.
Get it right up here. One each.
Okay, ease your stick a little bit. We're going to come back down. Watch him only. Only his airplane. Ease your cheek just a little bit. Now bring our nose back up. Okay, keep it right in there. Tracking, tracking. Guns, 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 guns. Keep it on him, keep it on him. 20, Mike, right into his canopy. There's his roll. We've got him, we've got him. Keep it coming down now. Nose coming down. Down, down, down. Smooth, smooth, smooth. A little bit of right stick, right stick. Good smoke. Good kill.
I think I may have myself.
Give me a high five, bro. Okay, we're all done. Head home.
If we had a Top Gun trophy, we'd give it to you.
Ah, you've been too kind now. I may have beaten my producer 2-1, but like a true pro, I was modest about my victory. Bend over! Bend over! Well, what have we learned today, kids? Basically that no amount of playing flight simulations can prepare you for the sheer physical trauma of G-forces. Unless, of course, you play Chuck Yeager while your best friend punches you in the stomach. On next week's experiment, I'll be leading a squadron of crack space marines onto the planet Halo. For real. Well, that's it for today's When Games Attack. I'm off home with a banana for the wife. See you next time.
Stay tuned for some award-winning drama next. Alias is after the break.
Each year, 150 million Americans lose their pride, dignity, and self-respect.
That was the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Totally outrageous behaviour, tonight at 9 on Bravo.
Are you one of the thousands of people who would like to raise some money? Perhaps to start your own business, but you've been knocked back because you've no proof of income. Maybe to buy your council house, but you have CCJs. You'd like to reduce your monthly credit card and loan bills, but you have arrears. You need to buy your ex's half of your home after a split. Your bank has turned you down. You want the money for home improvements, but you can't afford the monthly payments. An APS mortgage for any purpose could be the way forward. If you want convenience, help with completing forms and no references taken, step forward. If you need the money quickly, come to us. If you need one lower monthly payment, walk this way. If you need a mortgage for any purpose, call APS. APS, moving forwards.